It's been 10 days since Eagles football. I can't wait. Let's go!
I'm a disgruntled Eagles fan, and we're awesome.
Welcome, Disgruntled. This video is going to be a little different. One, because there's no green screen behind me, and two, this is a preview video, and I've never done a preview video before. I'm testing some of the waters on this one, and you guys tell me if you guys like these kind of videos. If you do, and if I do, then this is going to be 3 videos a week. Preview, reactions, and recap. Now let's get to what this video is actually about. The Buccaneers and Eagles preview. You guys shouldn't worry or panic about this game at all. I think the Eagles are actually going to blow out the Buccaneers. Even though that the Buccaneers just put up 48 points on the Saints, and Fitzpatrick's new nickname is Fitzmagic because of how many fantasy points he put up last week and how many touchdowns he had through the air and running. Here's why you shouldn't worry. 1, because the Saints defense isn't as good as our defense. That is why the Buccaneers put up 48 points. 2, I believe that the Eagles defense is better than the Saints defense, which will allow the Buccaneers not to score as much points as the Saints did. And 3, I believe that we have a better offense than the Buccaneers. I'm going to go into depth about all 3 of those categories right about now. Our defensive line is going to be able to get to Fitzpatrick early in this game. This is really key because of the deep threats that Fitzpatrick has. He has Deshaun Jackson and Mike Evans, both excellent receivers. If we get to Fitzpatrick early, I believe that will eliminate the deep threat that Fitzpatrick has. I also think that he's going to get one deep pass to Deshaun Jackson for a very long touchdown, like a 60 to 70 yard pass, but that's the only pass or deep pass that the Eagles are going to give up. I know that we don't have the best of corners in the NFL, but I believe that we do have the best defensive line. The defensive line just needs to disrupt Fitzpatrick and throw him off. He is not that good of a quarterback, and he gets on these wild streaks. If we just disrupt him, then that will kick him out of the game. Well, not kick him out, just take away his momentum that he had from last game. And I also think that Nick Foles, if he completes a few passes early in this game, a couple of slants to Zach Ertz, Dallas Goedert, and Nelson Aguilar, I believe that he's going to create that confidence that he had during the Super Bowl and the NFC Championship. And I believe that's how we're going to blow out the Buccaneers. Because if we throw short passes to begin the game, that would elevate Nick Foles' confidence to throw it down the field, which allows us to get to the red zone faster. We just need to rely on our run game with Ajayi too. Because if we just pound the ball, that allows us to open up the passing game as well down the middle. And I also think that this is the second game, and we've thrown off all the rust in the Falcons game last week as well. So all of the little mistakes that we were doing against the Falcons, we won't be making, or as much. Because of, for example, all of the penalties that we had last week, I believe that we're not going to have as many penalties this week either. And I believe that we're not going to drop as many balls this time either. Also, Nigel Bradham is coming back this game too, which strengthens our defense that much more. Now, during this game, don't get discouraged if Fitzpatrick does start completing long passes or medium passes to Mike Evans and Deshaun Jackson. Remember that we bend, but we don't break. We just need to stop them midfield so that they don't actually get into scoring zone. Nick Foles is starting this game too, which I'm not that shocked either because Carson Wentz still needs to heal. And Carson Wentz is not out for week 3, which gives me hope as well because I want Carson Wentz to start week 3 or week 4. And I think he's going to start soon. And also Alshon Jeffrey is going to be back week 3 as well. So we just need to get through week 2 and beat the Buccaneers. Because I believe that if Carson Wentz comes back against the Colts, it'll be an easier time for him coming back since it's not as difficult team as well. So let's just hope for the best for that. Now, the Buccaneers defense also let up 40 points last game too. This is also why I think that we're going to blow them out. Because I can't even name a Buccaneers defensive lineman that actually made the news in recent times. So I don't even know any of their defensive players by name. This gives hope to me because I believe that Nick Foles is going to have an easier time for this. Because this is the easiest defense that Nick Foles is going to play then since starting from when Carson Wentz got hurt. Ever since Nick Foles started, since Carson Wentz gotten hurt, he's played very difficult defenses, and I feel like that's why he struggled throughout some of those games. And he's dominated against the Vikings and the Patriots. So this is going to be Nick Foles' bounce back game, which will allow him to play even that much more, even if Carson Wentz doesn't play next game. This is going to be a really nice start for the Eagles if they can beat the Buccaneers. The Eagles cannot get too confident with this team. I know that I said that we're going to blow them out, but they still put up 48 points, and if we let our guard down, they can put up another 48 points if we go too easy. We need to play throughout the entire game and not let up. I believe that the score is going to be 45-25 Eagles. The 25 points that the Buccaneers scored is going to be late in fourth quarter, and they're going to let up a little bit. And I also believe that the Buccaneers are going to start fast and the Eagles are going to start slow. First quarter, the Buccaneers are going to probably put up 14 points on us right away, but we're going to bounce back from that and score 45 unanswered points. I know I might be over-exaggerating this a bit, but I believe that this is a really good opponent for the Eagles to play against. The offensive line is playing really well as well, and they're going to block the Tampa Bay defense and not allow them to get to Nick Foles, which will allow Nick Foles to have much more time than he had against the Falcons. If Nick Foles has time, he's going to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league. Okay, that's a little over-exaggeration, but he's going to do really well, like the NFC Championship. If Nick Foles has time, he does well. If he doesn't have time, then he does not do well. It's simple as that. And we need to be running the RPOs constantly because that's what Nick Foles thrives on. Quick passes to get down the field and running the ball as well. And I also believe that the first touchdown in this game is going to be a 60-yarder to Deshaun Jackson. They're going to score another touchdown. But then we're going to get our momentum by our turnover, and we're going to have momentum throughout the entire game. So that is what I think of this game.
One last quick thing. Darren Sproles will not be playing this game because of a hammy. I'm disappointed because he will not be getting any yards this game either since he's not playing, which means that he won't be going up on the all-time scrimmage yards, which is really disappointing. But this just means that Corey Clement can play and maybe Josh Adams, since we have elevated him to the practice squad or signed him to the practice squad.
And thanks for watching.